Hello everyone, it's Denise and welcome back. Today I have a build video for you guys. This was when I was doing the build at Graygarden, the grocery store. This is me fixing up the checkout lanes and doing a little bit I think on the meat department and the clinic. At this time I think I had settlers here, but as you can see they're all standing around, and so I had to kill them all off and only keep like 2 because the rest wouldn't go to their assigned spots. But yeah, I kind of had this on the back burner for a while and hadn't got around to uploading it for you guys, so you'll just see me fiddle-faddling around mostly for 30 minutes. So I'll try not to talk too much. Y'all can try to focus on the building. Now when I speed up these building videos, I have my husband do them at just 2 times the normal speed, because any faster than that and it's like you get like motion sickness or something. So yeah, normally I like to do build videos in real time, but like I said, this was a mishmash of stuff that I had been doing for hours and so this was just some random stuff that I had recorded, so you could see me decorating a little bit and putting magazines on the shelf and whatnot. But as you can see, back in the back has not been totally built yet, so I was focusing more on trying to get this front part done up and everything. This is without mods. No mods are being used. As you can see, that conveyor belt is floating, so I had to figure out a way to cover it up. So I'm just using these railings to cover it up so that you can't see that it's floating. So yeah, it had to be at the same height as the cash register, so, and the merchant stand. So if I would have put it down any lower, it wouldn't have lined up right. So this was really the only way to get around it that I could think of. So I hope you all will enjoy this. I know I don't upload as many build videos as I would like to, so whenever I can, I'm gonna try to get these out there to you guys so you can kind of see what how I build these things. Basically on the checkout lanes, I wanted them to look like checkout lanes that you would see in a real grocery store. So that was kind of my focus here. Being is it realistic or not, I just, you know, wanted them to look nice. So as you can see, I'm putting 2 items on one rug, and when you do that, they will both move at the same time. So you don't have to use like 2 separate rugs and position 2 different items separately. You can just do it together. So this kind of a little workaround. Of course, I'm spend a little bit too much time trying to get things perfectly straight sometimes. So, but I think we all do that sometimes. We kind of get a little bit of OCD and like, oh my gosh, it's just like 1 hair off or something. And it'll drive you crazy until you go in there and fix it. So yeah, I had some questions on the video tour of the Graygarden grocery store where folks were asking me how I got 2 sets of bobbleheads. And basically what I did was I used the cheat terminal. Even though the whole build is done without mods, I used the cheat terminal to give myself an extra set of bobbleheads. That way, you know, there could be 2 of the same things on each of the checkout lanes, because I wanted them obviously to look identical. So here's me just making sure everything is lined up straight, and trying to remember how I did the first one so I can kind of copy it onto the second one. Sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. Oh, I was able to get that magazine stand up close to it without using a rug, so that's always a plus. So yeah, that's basically all I'm doing in this video. Making sure stuff is straight. I don't think I really, excuse me, I don't really think that I do like the actual junk decoration in this video. But if y'all remember the tour, all those shelves behind us were totally filled with stuff. But I did most of this in a live stream, most of the building, so that, some of my friends and subscribers could watch and, say, hey, that looks good, or that looks dumb, or, getting a little bit of feedback when you're actually building is really helpful sometimes. And sometimes they can also give you inspiration if you're kind of feeling stuck or something. And I've gotten to where I do a lot more live streaming now with my actual builds, and then I can just, send the video over to the computer and then, edit it down, or have my husband edit it down. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. He does it all for me. So I have a couple of these on the back burner, so I'll try to get these out to you guys and see what we see here. Yeah, as you can see, this part right here, sometimes the rug won't work on flat ground, so you kind of have to get it out on an angle so you can, or out on the edge of something, so you can see that item hop up and see that it's, actually on the rug. So that's basically what I'm doing right here. Because when I took the rug out, the item hopped up, and sometimes you don't know whether it's going to hop up or hop down. So in this case, it hopped up, and I was like, no, I do not want that, so I had to redo it all. But that's all right. I mean, for this build, it was all worth it, because I think most everyone really loved this little build. And it's an entire settlement too. Back there I had another video. It's in the playlist for Graygarden that I did. I did up the whole greenhouse, and I made a workshop and a little bunkhouse. So it's an entire settlement. One of my friends was teasing me that I don't make actual settlements, but I mostly do like set pieces and stuff, and that's true sometimes, but mostly what I try to do is I try to start building in the settlement and show you guys each building individually as I'm going, because I do a lot of junk decoration, and if you remember at County Crossing, the game froze up probably about 4 times doing the tour. So what I do is I record the building fully decorated, and then after it's recorded, I take down all the junk decoration, and I do that for each individual building. And then I try to do, one more last tour, showing off the entire settlement. And I kind of got off on a tangent there with doing that when I started doing the 900 subs special. So right now on my unmodded character, I am working at Somerville Place. I'm currently working on a kind of a mall type shop. It's got a little living area in the back, and it's going to have a lot of junk decoration. So also another thing I've been working on here recently is actually a collaboration build with my friend Anawim, that's D, Anawim7737, and the collaboration build is I've got several different ideas on how to do collab builds, but the way we did this one was I live streamed the whole thing, and she was in the live stream with me every time I was building on camera, and she would just dictate to me what she wanted in the settlement, and that seemed to work really good. And of course some of my ideas and buildings and decoration, of course she let me decorate the whole thing of my own accord, but some of my own stuff got popped in there as well. But for the most part it's her build, her designs, and so I'd say it's about 80% her and about 20% me. So, but it came out really nice, so you might want to be looking forward to that here in the next couple of days. It's a little fishing village that's right outside Coastal Cottage, and it was done with mods. So it's really we're both really happy with the way that it came out. So I'm really excited about that, and it's such a big settlement. I might do it in 2 separate videos, the tour. And if you want to see some building that we did there together, the videos are on my Twitch channel, where I live streamed it. I don't think I'll be putting any building videos out for us building there, because a lot of it had voice on it, and so yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that would work, but I try to make things as easy as possible on my husband when editing down videos. So if it already has voice on it, I think it kind of presents a little bit of problem there. But yeah, if y'all want to see those, just go look at them. I'm trying to save the videos, you know. I'll go in there and save them, and then, you know, still after like 30 days Twitch will delete them. So I'm not quite sure how to work that yet, but so basically what I'm doing here is the back side of the merchant stands. I'm just trying to cover those up to make them look more clean and crisp, and I guess more professional or realistic or something. I don't know. I do like to cover the backs of those because I don't usually junk decorate inside of them. Hand decoration inside of them is quite annoying, even for someone like me. It's not that it can't be done, it's just that, you know, why give yourself a migraine, you know, if you don't have to. So that's something I wanted to cover up, and also because of the fact that the way that the checkout lanes are set up, you wouldn't be able to see any decoration in there anyways, so there was really no point to keep it open. But here I am just running back and forth, maybe trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, or finish up covering that up. I guess I didn't get it on there straight, so I wanted to redo it. So, and when you're picking up something like that, you have to make sure it sticks to something, whether it be, you know, a tree that's there or in the ground, or a Bethesda made item, in order to be able to pick it up. And most of the more experienced builders already know all that stuff, but for people that are new or maybe don't know these little tricks of the trade, I want to try to explain them to help you guys out. And I want to thank everyone, all the new subscribers as well, for tuning in, watching the videos, commenting on the videos, and you know, just being so kind and supportive, and creating friendships. I'm really like to create friendships with y'all. I don't like to just be some random person that subscribes to the channel. I really like to know how y'all are doing, and love to know what y'all are working on your builds, and any frustrations or anything that y'all run into. Comment section is always open for any rants or anything like that if you're feeling frustrated or need inspiration or something. I just want you guys to know that I'm here and I'm willing to help as much as I can. So I wanted 2 sets of magazine holders. I don't know why. I guess I felt that little corner was kind of empty and I was like, oh, what can I put there? And I'll put a spinning magazine rack there. So, yeah, you never know what's going through my mind. So it looks like it's coming together real nicely. I was real happy with this build. And I think here what I'm thinking is I need to go ahead and, you know, put a second roof up there or put another floor up there to make the ceiling feel like it's a little bit lower, because grocery stores don't usually have like huge vaulted ceilings. And plus I wanted to be able to hook up the conveyor belts even though they are moving the wrong way. I needed a way to connect the electricity there, so. And also I wanted to connect it in a way to where it wasn't real messy and I had like a bazillion wires going everywhere. I really try hard to hide my conduits, my wires, and sometimes even the actual lights themselves. And I've even had people comment and say, where in the heck is your generators? Where are your lights? Where are your conduits? Where are they, Denise? And yeah, that's pretty much the answer. I tried to hide them as best as I can. And I don't know why. I think mostly because when I first started building, everything was a mishmash. I had wires going everywhere. I had way too many conduits because I didn't know how the electricity worked. And the lights were funky. This was back when you had a lot of light glitches where, you know, you would leave your settlement and come back and all the lights would be off and you'd have to grab a hold of a light and click on it and then select it and then deselect it in order for it to come back. And so I try to keep the electricity a secret, kind of. But sometimes you're in a situation where you just can't hide it, and then others are very bold about making their electricity obvious because they want it to be very lore friendly and you know, realistic, like, you know, not something I usually do. Lore friendly stuff I don't normally do, but I do try to make some things be realistic, but I think overall I don't do a lot of lore friendly stuff. So, you know, like the settlers would never bury their generator underneath the ground and then stick a conduit underneath there either, you know, so. And that's mostly the way I hide it. I don't build a special room for generators or anything like that. I just, like I said, I just try to hide it the best that I can. And I've gotten to where also I do separate hookups for each building just so I won't have wires crossing an entire settlement to hook up electricity to another pole or whatever. But even though you hide the generators, you know, if you're using the original ones that came in the vanilla game, they give off that smoke, so you can pretty much tell, you know, where they are from the smoke and of course the sound. So it looks like I'm decorating a little bit on the walls, and I can't remember, I don't think I keep those flags on there. I can't remember. Or I take them down and then put them back up because I decided to put the fruits and vegetables over there instead of those park benches. And in case also you're wondering with the magazines, I did the same thing that I did with the bobbleheads. I just used the cheat terminal to give me 2 or 3 copies of the same magazine so that I could fill up all the magazine racks. So yeah, here I am. Looks like trying to do up the clinic there, and obviously I ended up changing some things around in the final tour. You'll see that, you know, not all these same items were there. I changed my mind quite a bit. Especially on decorating, I will add stuff, take stuff away, you know, see what works well with the settlers as far as their pathing and whatnot, and especially with junk decoration, to see where they're gonna, what region area they're gonna stay in, to where they won't mess up my junk decoration mostly. Now these 2 ladies stayed at their posts, so I obviously kept these 2 settlers, but I think some folks were thinking that I didn't have any settlers here because I had so many junk decoration. I wanted every merchant stand to be filled. That wasn't something that was going to deter me from junk decorating. But like I said, the settlers, I'd assign them and keep assigning them, leave the settlement, come back, nobody was still assigned, nobody would just go to their job except the clinic lady and the one trader lady there at the first register. So everyone was just glitched out. So that was kind of a bummer, but it still worked, and everything worked out fine. It just wasn't as busy with settlers that I normally would like it to be. Yeah, I really don't like empty merchant stands. I like my settlers to be at their posts, and especially when I do a tour, I like them to be there. But that doesn't always work out, unfortunately. But I think there was so much junk decoration here that you really couldn't focus on anything else but all the junk decoration. So we'll just say that everyone was on vacation except those 2 ladies. So here I am trying to put a picture on the front of this, and then I decide later on to just put one of the big yellow shelves there. But that's an example of trying to get the pictures in the right spot that you want them. It can be quite annoying sometimes. So our doctor there is confused. She doesn't know how to get around to the counter yet, but she does eventually. So yeah, what I did was I put the yellow shelf there so I could put more junk decoration on, and I could just delete these 2 wooden shelves. And the yellow shelf would cover up half, that one half of the counter that I don't like, and then part of the other wall. So I liked the way that it looked a lot better. And then any imperfections, I always cover it up with pictures or try to hide it. Yeah, so here I am finally putting in the yellow shelf there. Trying to get it straight. And here's me decorating some more, but I think I don't go with these decorations in the end. I don't know why I was trying to put that flag up there. I know it wouldn't go. Silly me. I think when we're building sometimes and we get in a groove, we forget what works and what doesn't. And I think here I'm just being indecisive on exactly what decorations I want to put on these walls. Because I think I end up using the neon letters, you know, saying that this is the pharmacy and this is where you pick up your order here. This is where you order your prescription at this window and then you pick up your prescription at this window. I so wish there had been one more update for Fallout 4 where it added, um, you know, just a whole bunch of new items that we had never gotten before to build with that we really should have been given. That would have been cool. And then it would have allowed us to, you know, not have to use so many mods to get the things that we want and or need for our settlements. Alrighty, we are almost to the end of the video. I want to thank all of you for watching, And I hope that this was helpful and interesting for some of you. So I will see you guys in the next one, and take care. Bye.